Hi all. Today we're going to do a lesson on numeral translation. So remember when we've been talking about word form, standard form, and expanded form. So I'm giving you a number written out in standard form, and we're going to write it down like we were going to write a check out to someone. So that'd be awesome if someone was writing me a check for this much money. So the first thing we need to know, so that we can write this out in word form, is what do these different commas help me distinguish? So we should actually probably start at this end down here. So I know this is all of this is ones, tens, hundreds. All of these are, I'm going to use purple, all of these are thousands. In the green, we have our millions. And what comes after millions? Billions. So I'm going to break this down in between each comma. So in between each comma is going to be, I'm not going to look at this big, huge picture. I'm only looking in between the commas. So for my red section here, what did we say that was? We said that was going to be billions. So this is going to be, let me see if I can erase this. This is going to be 901 billion. So this is what you should be writing on your paper. And then we know there's going to be a comma there. Now I'm looking only in between my two hash marks here. So how do I say this number? I say it 654. And we know it's going to be millions because it's in the millions period. So it's 654 million. Now I'm going to look only at the purple. So how do I say that number only in the purple? 360. So it's going to be 360, and this is in the thousands, so it's going to be 360,000. Now I'm only looking at my turquoise numbers. You know what? Let Mrs. Hook make this bigger. Looking only at my turquoise numbers. So my turquoise numbers, I would say that number as 50. So then when I say the whole number out loud, I say it as 901 billion, 654 million, 360,050. Okay, now we're going to do it the opposite. I'm giving you the in word form, and we're going to make it look like a number, like it was up there. So the first thing I'm going to do is know how many numbers I'm going to have in my new number. So again, let's only look at the billions. So I need to have 1, 2, 3. I'm going to have a comma. Then in my millions, I'm going to have 1, 2, 3. I'm going to need a comma. In my thousands, I'm going to need 1, 2, 3 numbers. And in my in my ones, I'm going to need 1, 2, 3 numbers. So I always like to put these little placeholders in, and then I know that I'm not going to get tricked by anything. So now I'm only going to look at my billions. So 709 billion. So how do I write 709? 709. So that's going to be 709. Now I'm only looking in my millions. So how many millions do I have? I have 376. So how do I write 376? 376. Now in my purple, I only have 2,000. So how would I write 2,000s? Well, I don't have anything in the 100,000s, nothing in the 10,000s. It's only 2,000. So this is where remembering and how valuable understanding our place values is important. And then in my turquoise, I have 620. So I write 620. So my final answer then, when I read this, I need to double check that when I read this out loud, it sounds like what was given to me. So 709 billion, 376 million. 2,620. I think that looks good. Okay, so we just did these together. Now you are going to try to do to yourself. So you're going to pause the video, and then I will come back on and share with you my answer. So go ahead and pause. All right, let's see how we did here. I want to write the number in standard form. So I know that I'm going to have a billions place, 1, 2, 3. If I have billions, I still have to have millions. And then I need some thousands in here. And then I'm going to need some ones. So in this problem, this is why making our little place value holders is going to be really important for us, okay? So let's start filling in our billions. I have 14 billion. So I have 14. You can put a 0 in there if you need to. Do I have any millions? I don't, but I still have to write in my zeros. So I have no billions. I have 807,000. So that's 807. And then I only have 6. Okay. Now, why is it, Mrs. Hook, why is it so important that we have to put those zeros in? If you don't put those zeros in, then my number would really read, what if I put in no zeros, this is what my number would really look like. My number would really be 14,876. 14,876 is not anywhere close to 14 billion. So that's why it's important that we put in our place value holders. Okay, now we're going to do the opposite. So let's check how you did down here with writing in word form. So again, I know that I'm going to be in the billions because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 spots over. So I'm going to have 27 billion, comma, 62 million, comma, 870,000, 870,000, and then at the end we're going to have 601. Okay, so we're working on either taking a number from standard form and writing it out like we would in a check, or taking word form and making it look like a normal number. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you in class tomorrow with some bell work.